In this tutorial we're going to start making a tablet mount. So it's going to be one that can be adjusted to suit different tablets, and it's also going to include a clamp so that you can clamp it onto a table, bedside table, a desk, anything or wherever you're working, anything you're working on or at. It's also going to have a kind of gooseneck, so it gives us the opportunity to explore quite a lot of features on Onshape. And we're going to start by creating the adjustable bit that actually holds the tablet. So we'll start on the front work plane. We're going to start a new sketch, okay? And we're going to draw, to start with, just a rectangle. We'll look at it from the front to make it a little bit easier. And I want this to be even, so symmetrical either side of that centre line. And that will make everything easier as we move on, especially because we want different parts to interact with one another. Okay, so the width of this is going to be 2 centimetres. So we want 1 centimetre this side of the line, and we want 1 centimetre the other side of the line. And what we'll do then is just change our workspace units to millimetres, and that's just going to make it a little bit more user friendly as we're moving through all of this. And go back into our sketch, because that's automatically exited from our sketch. Right click and edit. We're back into change, so you can see it's 10 millimetres either side, which is absolutely perfect. We started it from the bottom line, so it's stuck on there, so we're going to measure the distance up now. So using the dimension tool, we're going to make that 220 millimetres to start with. Okay, so you can see that's quite a long section. We're then going to create the bottom part across here, and you imagine our tablet would sit on there, and this bottom part would hold the bottom. This will attach to another part which will hold the top and clamp them together. So we're then going to draw a rectangle in here. That's not actually connected to that dot for some reason, very odd. So go up to make sure it does connect, and this time I'm going to zoom in to make it a bit easier, connecting and going that way as well. And then let's dimension everything. So this is going to be 20 millimetres, so it's the same width as the part going up the top. 20 millimetres this side too. And the reason I've done that in 2 blocks here, we'll see in a little while. So this part here is going to be 70, because it's 140 wide in total, and we're going to go 70 from this side as well. So that gives us that 140 total distance. We're then going to use the sketch fillet. So we can either 3D extrude our sketch and then round it, or fillet the 3D, or you can do it in a sketch. So we're going to do it in a sketch. So that is going to fillet here, and we're actually going to change that to 20 mil. Okay, we're then going to do the same on here and change that to 20 mil as well. So that's even. This part on here now, we can do, we don't want that to be 20. We're going to make that 10. It's actually moving that at the same time. So if I go Control and Z on my keyboard, it takes that backwards. We'll leave that at 20, and we're going to go in with the final one from here to here. Okay, I've lost my sketch tool now, so it goes back into sketch fillet, and we're going to do that one as well. And that's just made that one 10. We'll up that to 20. So they're all the same. So we're roughly got the look that we're going for. So we'll click the tick, and we're happy with that now. Okay, this is all 5 millimetres thick. So what we will do, just looking at it in 3D, extrude, and we'll make that a 5 millimetre extrude, just there, tick. We're then going to add the little mounts here and there to actually hold the tablet. So we're going to click on this surface, we're going to sketch, look at it from the front, and we're going to extrude now 2 rectangles in these bottom corners here. So one there and one here, and we're going to dimension those with a little bit of accuracy as well. So using the dimension tool, we want the height, that's going to be the thickness that we extruded the other part, so that's 5 millimetres, same on this side, 5 millimetres, and the width of those is going to be 20 and 20. Okay, we can then tick that, and we're going to extrude, select sketch 2 so it does both at the same time, and we're just going out for 15 millimetres on this. So 15 millimetres on there. Okay, so far so good. We just need a bit going up off this to stop the tablet falling forward. So again, let's click on the surface we want to sketch on, click sketch, look at it from the front, On here now, we're going to draw another rectangle on there, and I'll just show you a trick as you're hovering over the corner there, making sure we've got the circle with a square around it to say it's snapping to that corner. Then dimension, and we want this just going halfway, roughly just past halfway, maybe 15 mil will look quite nice. 15 mil on this side as well, and then we want that width to be 20 and 20 on there as well, so it matches them other rectangles that we drew out. So click tick, look at it in 3D. We want to extrude the whole of sketch 3, so we're selecting it from the menu here. If we click down here, it would only select a part at a time, and we're making that 5 mil to match all the rest. So we click finish on there, and that is all looking good so far. What we're going to do now is just add some rounds to all of the edges to make it look more realistic, as if you're actually seeing it in real life, really. So we're going to use the fillet tool on here. We're going to select this surface, so all of the lines on this surface are just going to be filleted 1 millimeter. Okay. And then if we turn it round, we're also going to do that on the back side here. It's throwing up some errors there, so let's see when we click tick what happens. And you see it's failing, so what we want to do is try and figure out why that's happened. So we're going to right click and edit. See the red line down here? That's indicating it's going to fail. So if we deselect them faces, we're then going to select the lines going around, and we can keep clicking around all of these to see what's happening. So we're going round all of those now to there. So you see it's not liking these ones in here. So we can get rid of those, get rid of these until we've got no red lines at all. And we can just do it a part at a time. So if we do these end faces, it's doing all of those. End faces on here, and it's actually doing these more successfully than we were a moment ago. So zoom in. It's not liking that one there, so we'll deselect that face again. Just select this line. Not liking that one, so we can take it off. Whenever you see a red line, we can just take that off, and we can go and adjust that a little bit later on. Going on here and on this line, so they're working quite nicely. We've got the ends, and that most of these now are done. Okay, one I would like to do is this inside to match that side as well, and this inner corner. By giving that a fillet, it actually makes it a stronger part as well. So when you are manufacturing, you tend to create these fillets to improve the strength of different parts in many cases. So it looks now like we've got most of our filleting done. I'm going to just click the tick on that, and we can have a look around so we can see that there's not too many missed. The most obvious ones are on the bottom there that were playing up and giving us the red lines, and we can go and try and work them out in a moment, but if we can't work them out, they can stay as they are, and we'll just avoid the issue for a little bit longer. Okay, so that looks, for me, fairly realistic. The only disappointment is these corners. I think they look a little bit sharp and tacky, so I'd like to go back in and round them more. And the reason we're doing this and changing our mind is because you don't always know what you want into model straight away, so I would like you to really learn to go back and change features. So we're going to wind everything back to avoid this fillet, putting in a new fillet first and then redoing this without deleting it. So we right click on extrude 3, and we're going to go roll to here, and you see it puts a grey line in and it removes the fillets, but it's not deleted them, they're still there, and we can get them back in a moment. So we're going to go to fillet again. We're going to round this small edge and this small edge in here. That's only doing it 5. I think 10 might look a little bit nicer, and then we're going to click the tick. So we're happy with that. Now we can right click on fillet and roll to end, and it will bring that back to life, and you can see all them fillets have been put straight back on, and it's working quite nicely. Good luck.